to week number 4 of our 4-week series entitled Started from the Bottom. Now, first of all, I just want to congratulate you because if you have made it to this week, that means that you have been doing some serious work, sis. And I salute you and I congratulate you and I tell you to celebrate yourself because this work is not easy. And I realize that it takes it's guts, it takes courage in order to do this type of work. Now, in our last week together in this series, we are going to focus on forgiveness and releasing. Now, we all know that forgiveness is paramount in our journey in life. It's literally like you almost need to anticipate having to forgive yourself and other people continually because we're all humans, right? And we make mistakes, including you. And so you have to also be willing to forgive yourself. I know for me, it was really hard to understand and process how to forgive myself. And I struggled with that for quite a while until I really understood the forgiveness that God gives to me. And so I hope that that really resonates with you as well. Now, forgiveness is something that, in order for you to be able to elevate and sustain elevation in your life, you are going to have to practice. So you might as well get comfortable with it. You might as well go ahead and accept and acknowledge the fact that since you can't hold grudges anymore, you're going to have to let it go. You're going to have to release that from you in order for you to be able to continue to grow and elevate, okay? The other thing is that unforgiveness, it keeps you bound and it keeps you broken and it keeps you in a place of just depression and heaviness and weight. So why in the world do we want to carry any excess weight? I don't know about you, but I'm in the gym trying to hit it because I'm trying to get rid of all the extra weight that I have, including unforgiveness. Okay? So last week I had you write a list, and that list was all of the things that either you wanted to change or that you didn't like or that you wanted to acknowledge that you no longer wanted to have in your life, okay? And so this week, I want you to focus on really tuning into the fact that, one, those things no longer belong to you. They are no longer yours, okay? And when you think about forgiveness, it really is giving yourself permission to be unattached and to be unbothered by those things. Truly in from a heart space, not just from your mouth saying you forgive, but truly from a heart space, okay? So when you are setting yourself up to release those things and go into forgiveness, I want you to do it with love and gratitude. You might say, well, why? Why do I need to get rid of that stuff with love and gratitude? Well, one, you want to give it gratitude because those things help to shape who you are. I mean, we talked about that in week 2 and week 3, but they really did contribute to the dynamic, amazing person that you are. And those things do not define who you are. And so giving it gratitude is really just like saying, thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher, for teaching me the lessons that I needed to learn in this life. They may not have felt good. I may not have liked them, but thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up in those points in my life. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, it will work, okay? And then the love piece is you can release it with love because you know that those things no longer serve you. They just don't serve you anymore. And that in itself will create the emotion of, you know what, I don't like, but I love the fact that I came out of that. I am victorious over that. And now I can say, go in peace with love. Okay? Now, for the releasing part, y'all know we have some activities to do, but you'll get that video later. But for the releasing part, Releasing could be releasing a person, it could be releasing a place, it could be releasing an experience, it could be releasing a mindset, it could be releasing a lot of different things. But when you release, you are actually saying that if I have this in my hand, right, and I release this thing from my hand, I have let it go, right? I no longer hold on to that thing. I've literally let it slip through my hand or through my fingers, and I've let it go. That means that I have surrendered that thing or that experience or that person. I've surrendered them out of my life. Okay. Now, there is a difference between surrendering, which is releasing, and resistance, which is unforgiveness. And that's pretty apparent. You're holding on to something, you don't want to forgive this person, you don't want to let them go, you want them to pay for what they did, you self-sabotage yourself to pay for the things that you've done, and you're resisting. And usually when you resist things, that's the thing that keeps coming at you, right? It's the thing that keeps pulling at you. Versus when you let it go, what's the saying? When you love someone, you let it go. If they come back to you, then it was yours. If they don't, it was never yours. Same thing. Let it go. Open your hand, open your heart, open your ability to surrender it and let it go. Also, remember that it's important to let go, because I talk a lot about energy and I talk a lot about vibration. And the more you hold on to something that is vibrating low, and you can't even see my hand because it's so far down here, but it's vibrating low, all of the things that are going to come into your space are going to be low. And in the event that you attract something that's high, you won't even be able to keep the high vibrating things because this is vibrating so low. So unforgiveness, bitterness, anger, resentment, all the things that live in those categories, those are low vibrations. So you want to release that, because we're talking about not staying low. We're talking about elevating in life. And so you want to be in a space, in a place, you want to be clear of all of the things, or at least pulling back the layers and releasing in time, releasing those things so that you can attract the people, the experiences, the places, the mindsets that are going to help you to continue to flourish and continue to grow in this life. Okay? You need that space. Oh, excuse me. You need that space. That space is valuable. That real estate that's in your heart is valuable. We can't afford to give it to, no offense, but we can't afford to give it to the low income people, the low income places, the low income mindsets. We don't have that luxury. We're all about higher, better, more, okay? Higher vibration, better experiences, more love, more joy, okay? Now, another thing when you're thinking about and you're doing the work for releasing is remind yourself of all of the good that's going to come when you release. Think about all of the good things that are going to come into your life. Think about it being greater on the other side of that release. Now, it might hurt, and you might even struggle a little bit with actually doing the work to release. But once you get to that place where it no longer affects you, it no longer bothers you, and you can look at that thing in the face and say, yep, that was a part of my story, doesn't belong to me anymore. Oh, how amazing that's going to feel. I guarantee you. I'm telling you from experience. I'm not telling you something that I don't know. Okay? And so those are the two areas that you are going to focus on this week. You know the areas, sis, that you need to be forgiving. You know the areas that you need to be releasing. And so I don't think, at this point, I don't think it's even a question of what am I releasing? What am I forgiving? It's more of how am I going to do this? And then you just open yourself up and be ready. Be willing to be guided by Holy Spirit, by some of the activities that I'm going to share with you. Be willing to be guided through that experience, and I can guarantee you that that in itself is going to lead to a new level of elevation. Hey, I have really enjoyed spending time with you. I've really enjoyed teaching you about this. And I always say, I never teach anything that I don't know and that I haven't been through. And sometimes I used to wonder why I had to go through certain things, but that was because I am now a vessel to be able to share with you. And so take what you need, take what resonates with you, and do the work, sis, so we can keep elevating. I love you, and stay tuned for your last activity because it's coming soon. Peace. And as always, sis, thanks so much for tuning in. And if you like this video, do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button. And if you don't want to miss out on any of my latest content as it's being released, go ahead and hit the notification bell icon as well. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.